go rolling.
Okay, so to get you guys going on making your first $1 million, we have to get you comfortable with calling anybody and talking about anything real estate at any time. Right?
Correct.
And Will, you got all excited, you started talking to everybody, and then you went back in your comfort zone of doing marketing and less calling. And so we got to push you out there to be able to call. Okay? Those that are successful in this business have the ability to connect and talk with other people in real estate. Okay? So you're going to switch up today. You're going to start working on this list that was provided. Okay? These are Craigslist postings for properties. Okay? So generally what we try and do is going to be a mirror image of the conversation you listened to yesterday. Which was someone called off a mailer and he says, I'm a buyer. So some of our best partners, some of our best buyers, everybody has come off some type of putting a frequency out there in the world to get them to understand that we trade a lot of properties, right? So a lot of these are ads for properties that we may have already sold, or things we're working on for partnership. So you're going to call. You reach out. You're just going to have a basic conversation about, hey, Mike, I see you hit on a Craigslist ad for a property in North Seattle. What's going on today? He's not going to have a clue who you are, why you're calling, anything. Only thing he's going to hear is Craigslist, and he left his number. Okay? Much like we went yesterday, anybody that calls, your job, just like you called the wrong number and you just started talking to a guy about real estate, is you got 10 seconds to get him excited, which is, we're the leading guy getting off-market properties in Seattle for 30 years. Or we specialize in owner financing. Or what are you looking for in real estate? Okay? And from that, you've got to then expand the conversation, see where it goes. First off, you're trying to listen to them. You got 10 seconds to make a pitch, then you got to switch. Which is, we specialize in helping other people make millions in real estate. That's your pitch. Okay? We specialize in finding 50 off-market, no broker deals a year direct with owners. That's your pitch. That's what the guy we talked to yesterday. Whoa, how do you do that? Okay?
Right.
And so you want to be a sponge. You want to let it go. You want to see how you can help them. You want, if they want to talk, let them talk. At some point, just like you watched yesterday, I'm going to switch and tell them how we add value to our partners and to people looking to buy property direct.
Correct.
Okay. At that point, the conversation will go in one direction. I'm just a buyer. Send me your list. They'll be cold. They'll be impolite. Great. Can I get an email from you? If you'd like to get more information on stuff we have available, give me a call. My information will be on there. If they say I'd have more information in a partnership, fantastic. Let me send you an email about what we do here and how we do it. For instance, we just bought a triplex, turned it into a fourplex, added $1 million value in 1 year.
Right.
That's what we do here. And so you've got to have the ability to talk and just be polite about what we do. Everybody's a buyer, everybody's a seller, everybody's a potential partner, or everybody could be a student if they haven't started on any of those. Right now, we're not heavily focused on bringing in entry-level students because it's a lot of work, and that's something we could do in the future. But right now, we're focusing on one-on-one, helping people increase their net worth by $1 million in this business. Okay? So the goal is you start getting lists, and based on your conversation with them, you will then follow up with information about properties that are potentially available to buy, which you should have some idea of what we have available.
Correct.
Everything we have in a partnership right now is technically available for a purchase if they'd want to purchase it.
Okay.
That's if we haven't closed on it yet. Once we close on it, there may be partnerships available, but that's a different conversation.
Gotcha.
So your goal, if anybody wants to talk, is to have a 5 to 10 minute conversation about what they're trying to do in real estate, what they're looking for. As I got to in the conversation yesterday, the gentleman said he wanted a 2 to 4 unit in North Seattle.
Didn't want to go over 4 doors.
Right, but that's the number one ask.
What are you looking to do?
Well, that's the number one ask of us. That's how this business model came about.
Okay.
Every single person I met when I was 25 years old was, find me this, and find me that.
Is that because like the 2 to 4 is just like a good entry level investment property? Most people are looking for those?
Well, it's a comfortability factor. He was comfortable managing a duplex, triplex, fourplex because he has one. He started out with one, and they're easily manageable. You generally don't need a property manager. You don't need a leasing agent. You're usually the handyman. You're usually the property manager. You're usually the leasing agent. And the ease of financing, they're still considered a single-family property.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, exactly. Requires less down.
But what I was trying to get him to understand was if there's 30,000 houses in a zip code, there's only 300 duplex, triplex, fourplexes. And only a few of those trade a year.
Frequency is
So
less.
you're asking for something that is very hard to get. And what people truly fail to realize is how few apartment buildings there are.
Right.
There's not that many for sale at any one time.
Right.
And most of them that are actively on the market are on busy streets, they're on Aurora, they're next to the freeway, they're dilapidated,
yeah.
they should be torn down. There's those, and then there's prize, the State Fair prize pig that won the blue ribbon, meaning it's just been completely renovated, it's a turnkey asset, and it's ready to go.
Yeah.
There's not much in between.
I've heard you mention in other videos, like you'll still drive around neighborhoods and look for.
Sure.
So that's
I can drive any street and identify a property we should contact.
okay.
Any street. They're very noticeable when you go look. So if you know the things to look for, the tiredness, the antennas, the old antennas,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right?
Right.
They're still up there, right? You're looking for side yards. You're looking for houses, small houses on big lots. You're looking for, the best ones are you drive around and see an apartment building where somebody's used a magic marker on a for rent sign. Why is that?
Self-managed.
Self-managed, but generally older owner self-manages.
They're not getting.
He's not living in here.
Right.
He's living in 1979 where you post the sign.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's a dead giveaway. Okay.
So that's someone you would call. What's up, Elmer? See your properties for rent.
Yeah.
Looking to buy something in your neighborhood. Would you consider selling? There are guys that make millions. We've had. You've heard me say this, Will. There are guys that make millions of dollars a year calling for rent Craigslist ads. That's it. It's their entire marketing plan.
Yeah. The for rent Craigslist ads won't be on the MLS likely.
Well, no, they're not Windermere brokers. They're old people. They've advanced from the sign in the window to Craigslist. That's as far as they go. Oh, I posted on Craigslist. Why do they post on Craigslist? It's free.
Could that be a strategy that we use too? Is just going through Craigslist, like kind of making it part of our daily routine?
Yeah, I mean, you've had people in this room over here that have been targeted and told to do just that.
Right. I remember.
Yeah. Remember Gregory? We said, just do that.
How was his success?
He didn't have any.
Okay.
Well, and to be fair, like he wasn't posting as much as he should have been. Like
Well, there's posting and there's calling.
Right.
And Gregory was a very nice guy, but he had a lot of work to do just to be comfortable talking to people.
Oh, understood.
He was, a young Louisiana kid.
Heavy accent.
Heavy accent.
Very
heavy
difficult to
accent.
understand.
And I tried to rebrand him.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, you should call people and say, this is Gregory. I'm the Cajun King. I just arrived in Seattle, and I'm looking to buy my first property.
Yeah.
You got to have a brand. You got to have a pitch. You got to have something, right? If you're that distinct, anybody going to the South has an accent. If they come up here, it's like, wow, he had a heavy accent, and might as well use it.
Yeah.
Right. Because at least people will remember him.
Right. And being
remembered. And if you called again, oh, it's Gregory again. What's up, Gregory? Right. So people can make $1 million a year just calling off Craigslist ads for rent.
Gotcha.
There's 1,000 techniques to make $1 million a year in real estate. At the end of the day, you've got to reach out, you've got to ask, you've got to be polite, you've got to connect. When we're having people call in, some of our best partners have called off Craigslist ads.
No kidding. Okay. I took a look at one of the ads too. It's very basic.
Right. And we call it a teaser ad because we have properties like that. We get, you write fourplex in Kirkland. Do you know how many fourplexes there are in Kirkland? I'm going to say less than 50.
Not many, right?
Yeah, maybe 50.
Yeah. Total.
If that.
Right.
Maybe that might be all duplex, triplex, fourplexes.
Yeah.
So that's going to prompt a response. What do you got? How do you get them?
Right.
Okay. People are going to think you're the owner. You have to go through the process of explaining to them, we're not the owner. This is what we do. Okay. You're just trying to get a 5-10 minute conversation about how we can help you and the services we offer to both people looking to buy property and our partners. You're not pitching any type of syndication. You're not pitching them to jump into, this fund or anything. We're showing how we take people, partner with them one-on-one, and help them increase their net worth by millions of dollars going through properties. I mean, I just went through one of our properties this morning with a partner that came in very early. We spent an entire hour analyzing buying an apartment building, adding additional units, and how much additional value it makes over time. And he's not a partner in that project, but he wanted to learn at a larger scale because he's only comfortable right now with single-family houses, duplex, triplex, and fourplexes. So going up to the next level is the numbers get really big. And so that project will make several $1 million over 2 years by increasing the density and increasing the rents by 2 to 3 times. So that's really what you're trying to do if you're going to be part of calling and connecting, and that's what other people do here, is you're just trying to get them excited about what we do, open their eyes to what we do, because just like the guy yesterday, did he have any idea this business existed?
No.
He had no idea how we did it.
Right.
Because he's only thinking brokers and traditional funding.
Correct. Yeah, that was his mindset.
Yeah.
But we informed him towards the end of the phone call.
Yeah.
And I think that's most people. Like, even when I started here, almost a year ago, that, I thought that that's all real estate was too, is brokers and, get traditional financing with a mortgage broker and, go that route. And then working here, it's like a whole other world of possibilities open for real estate investing.
Right. Majority of the people that I currently know that are in my age range, they feel as if investing into real estate is so out of reach because you need to have 20 to 30% down. You need to have excellent credit. You need to go through the hoops of a mortgage broker. And so to a lot of the people that I know, this is entirely untouchable. They're not able to get into this at all.
Yeah. Well, and especially doing it in Seattle, the entry-level price to get into your first property is so high.
Yeah, correct.
That's why guys to go buy stuff in Detroit for $60,000.
Right.
Or Mid-America for $80,000, $100,000. And that's fine, to do your first deal. But it's hard to get into traditional real estate when the prices start at $1 million.
Correct.
I mean, it's hard to save $100,000 or $200,000. It really is.
Yeah.
So I want you to go work on this today. Call this list.
Okay.
Get people excited. Then we have to teach you how to do follow-ups, what to say, not to say, what information. If you get what we call is somebody really excited, then you would take it to one of the owners and you would say, I talked to Jess. He's super excited. He'd like to come in and meet us. You can invite him to the clubhouse anytime. You don't have to just say, what are you doing tomorrow? Come in at 10. You don't even have to preset appointments with us. Anybody can get in. Someone will make time to talk with them.
Absolutely.
And, if you can get somebody to sit there for 20 minutes and we show them live what we do, their eyes just light up.
Yeah.
They just light up.
Right.
Because very traditional real estate is very slow. And what we do is not rocket science. We just put the pieces together quickly to increase the value.
Okay.
Which is what everybody does. But, so, okay. So that's your assignment today.
Sounds good.
That's step 1. Step 2, a lead. Old lead.
Old lead.
Okay, so you went through this old lead, which is good. You called him and you got somebody who was willing and excited to talk to you.
Yes.
And what did he say?
He said, I will sell this for $1.78 million and I'm willing to meet tomorrow at 2 o'clock.
Okay. So this has been in the system for about 10 years.
Yes, the leads go back a long time.
Probably longer than that.
Yeah. 14 is one that I pulled up. The oldest record I could find was from 2014.
Right. So I recall that at some point we were in contract to purchase this property subject to inspection at 2013, 2014, somewhere around there.
I think the offer was around 1 point.
And I will tell you that back then, almost 8, 9, 10 years ago, he said the exact same thing. I have a magic number. I'm holding the property vacant. I have a lease in place, but I'll break it.
Right.
Okay.
That's the exact words.
And that's fine. Okay. So he's a serial dater. And when I say serial dater, he always wants the nice dinner, but he doesn't want to take off his panties.
Yeah.
Right?
Gotcha.
He just wants the free dinner.
Bring everyone around.
Right? So he's going to get 2 red lobsters out of you before you say, okay, I'm not doing a 3rd red lobster.
Right? Move on a steak now. So
yeah. Okay. The Black Angus.
Yeah.
Applebee's. So I'm being funny that he's a serial dater, meaning he will always sell. I don't know if he ever will sell.
Okay.
Which makes weird sense on a property that's sitting vacant.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't make sense numbers wise.
Now, I know he has over the years put tenants in it in various times.
Right.
Because one time I went there and there was a tenant in one unit, but he claimed they were moving out the end of the month. So he's, most of our sellers can be rather unique.
Yes.
They're more eccentric. They're very set in their ways. They have their price and terms in mind. So, we had someone here try and approach him last year, probably February, I think it was. The same thing. We went and met with him, had a conversation, came back, said, he wants this number. That's a crazy number. And I said, just tie it up. He was like, that's a crazy number. I said, someone will want to buy it.
Right.
And he's like, that's a crazy number. I'm not writing it up. And then we disagreed at that point. When people won't do the play I call, we start disagreeing.
Hold on. You told someone to write an offer and they didn't write the offer.
Yeah.
Okay. I just had to understand that for a second. Continue.
Right. And they're not here anymore because when people start not running the plays we call.
Yeah, we should have wrote the offer.
Well, I mean, that's, you've had this conversation which you started, which is why do people get off base? Because they start thinking they know better. They start thinking they know what to do. They start thinking their way is better. Or they start trying to put it in an area that is very specific that doesn't cover the entire business plan.
Understood.
Okay? Because there are terms that would work for us, and there are terms that will work for other people to buy this property. Whether you're getting paid 100% deal fee, or whether you're getting a base plus deal fee, or you're just 100% salary person, people are getting paid to work here.
Yes.
You're getting paid to train. We're investing. Even if you're 100% deal fee, if I'm investing my time, it's $1,000 an hour, or $5,000, or whatever you want to put value of my time on. Go ask Grant Cardone for an hour of his time. How much is it now?
Like $200,000.
It's like $200,000. You're going to sit down for Grant for an hour.
Yeah. Okay,
so I'm $1,000 an hour. Whoop-dee, I'm the poor Grant fucking Cardone, right? $1,000 an hour is my time. Okay, I'm investing in you. Okay, and we've been spending an hour or two a day. I'm investing in you every day. There's a cost of teaching you. And if your goal is to go, God bless you. You want to go 3 and 5 years, you want to go do it on your own, hope you're worth millions of dollars, great. But for right now, you made a commitment to be here a couple of years, to learn what we do, to do it our method. If the owner of the business says, please go write this at 1.75, just give him what he wants. We want you to at least do that.
Yeah.
And if you come in and say, you're crazy, it's bullshit, man. I'm like, okay, you're not understanding the entire model.
There is a bigger picture.
How many, you're too young, but there's a show called Frasier.
Yes, I do know Frasier.
Okay, and Frasier had the money shot of Seattle.
Yes.
That is South Slope of Queen Anne.
Yes.
How many money shot Queen Anne, you're dating, you take a girl back there and you have the penthouse apartment, you have the money shot. It's a great house. You'd live there.
Yeah.
You'd live on the South Slope of Queen Anne in a duplex.
Up on the hill, yeah.
Yes, right?
Absolutely.
Drive your little Porsche into the driveway, right? So there are hundreds of buyers for that property. It's a great property.
Absolutely.
Now, his price may be unrealistic. We don't know until you get through the process.
Okay. We didn't even begin the process because we didn't submit that offer.
He submitted lowball offers, which turned him off.
Right. Okay.
If a guy says, what did he say he wanted?
1.78.
1.78. Some crazy fucking number that he's always had in his head. Okay? So let's just say you went back and gave him 1.78. He may move the bar up and say, I want more. Magically. Or you could come in slightly lower and hope to negotiate. Or you could get it in contract at 1.78, go through the process and see if he's willing to modify once you were ready to fully commit. Right? That is our process here.
Yeah.
If you go in and just say it's worth 1.4, I'm not paying you a dime over 1.4,
You're dead in the water.
you're not going to get anywhere with him.
Pre-filtering almost.
Yes. So I've Will's heard it 100 times, but I use the cat analogy. If you really hate cats and the girl says on her first date, I got 3 cats, you just shut up, right?
Yeah. I fucking just did that.
No, but
I'm pretty allergic to cats.
you're right. Like, shit. But if you say something the first night, there ain't a second night.
No.
Right.
Is it worth not being able to breathe for a week, though? Maybe.
Well, now you're getting older and you're like, fuck it, I don't like fucking cats. Right? When you're young, you say you don't like cats.
Yes.
The date's over.
Yes.
So
The date was over there.
yeah, you just say no, it doesn't go anywhere.
No, but that's a terrible thing. What about transitioning? Being able to see what else is available, being able to engage, have him feel engaged.
The nature of our business of sorting through all these very unique sellers is they will have a set period of term. You're talking to the guy down south. They have something in their head that they want. They have their magic price and terms, and if you'll do it, they'll sell. If not, they'll wait. And it's just determining whether those terms and those conditions will match up with something we want to buy and improve, or whether it's marketable to someone else.
I see.
I will tell you that every single property we've been involved with for the last 33 years trades at some point.
Okay. The paper is marketable.
No, the property trades.
The property trades.
80 to 90% of the leads that come through our system trade at some point, meaning they sell.
So they're motivated.
No, I'm just saying, if the lead is in the system, if somebody calls and says, I would consider selling, at some point in the next 5 years, with a 90% probability, you will see that building trade.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If you're going to the lead folder, to our system, and looking at all the old leads,
you'll see.
And you're going 1 through 1 going, shit, it just sold, shit, it just sold, shit, it just sold, shit, it just sold. Which means if you would have been here earlier and fucking called them, you would have had the deal.
Right.
But instead you're fucking playing tiddlywinks in Ballard. Oh, can I help you see a house?
Right.
I'm being funny, but
No.
I'm just saying it's about life. These trade. These are properties that will sell.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
that's absolutely true.
Okay, so if you just want to be a trader in this business, the industry accepted fee for trading or an assignment fee or wholesale fee is about 5%. Okay, so you want to make $5 million in a year, how much property do you have to trade?
50 million.
Nope, 100 million.
100 million.
5% of 100 million.
Right, okay.
If you were to add $100 million of inventory to 20 buyers, you'd gross $5 million in assignment fees.
I feel like you're stopping yourself short with that much just working with assignment fees, but 100 million to
Well, you got to fish every day.
Yeah.
You got to go find property every day, and you got to go find Will every day, and you got to get Will to write checks. But if you do it for $100 million, so if you want to sell $1 million assets, you got to sell 100 houses.
Yeah.
You want to sell $2 million triplexes, you got to sell whatever that is, 50. You want to do $5 million deals, you got to sell 20 deals. You want to go chase $10 million deals, you got to do 10 deals.
Yeah.
Deal a month.
Gotcha. Okay.
I will tell you the $10 million deals are significantly harder than the $1 and $2 million deals.
Right.
But I'm trying to give you ideas how you make $1 million a year in real estate. You are going to make $1 million a year in real estate if you go deliver something of value to somebody that wants it.
Okay.
Which is what, I don't think of wholesaling as it gets lumped into this group of people finding disadvantaged people or have-to sellers.
Yeah.
And our entire wholesaling model is based on there's 200 buyers for this property at any given time, and they select us. Which then means that property is very marketable if we want to hold it up.
Yeah, because 199 other people wanted it.
Correct. So we're adding a service. We're bringing this property to market.
Yeah.
We have a very happy seller. We have a very happy buyer, and somebody's paying us a transaction fee for getting that property.
Yeah. That makes sense.
Now, people will say, well, why do you get $50,000 for doing it? Well, I will tell you, we spent $100,000 on marketing this month to acquire these leads.
Yes.
And that probably doesn't count everything else. Maybe we spend $200,000 a month acquiring these leads.
Yeah.
So it's not all profit.
No.
Now, if you're working out of your basement and you learn how to do assignments and you have no overhead, no staff, and you know how to do it like you teach you, you can make a couple $100,000 a year just doing a few deals. Send out a few letters, you respond to a couple Craigslist, you knock on a few doors, you do a deal a month, make $25 a month on the deal, that's $300,000 a year. Then you can go golf every day.